Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego and my beautiful wife, Karina from Venezuela. Now, I got to add another light to this channel so you guys can see us. But let me see here. I can put it in. There, now you can see what's going on. This is your K1 Visa Green Card channel. I'll give you all this free advice on how to process your K1 visas, your green cards in a live stream 3 times a week. I used to do it at 6 p.m. Central Time, but I've flipped it back to 5 p.m. Central Time, and so that give you more time to sit down later with your families and eat your dinner, etc. So I started doing the live stream 1 hour early today. I got a new microphone, I got a new camera, and if you have any questions for me, remember I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't work for USCIS. I don't give you legal advice. But I got 12 years experience processing K1 visas and green cards and helping people qualify in regards to getting their green cards. I keep them I pull them out of the mush and get them directed on the right path, because lots of people, they have the qualifications for the K1 visa, but they mess up. They make stupid mistakes, and the reason for this channel is to help save you from making those stupid mistakes so you don't get denied. Excuse me. And Aaron Lynn, hey everyone, what's going on? Challenge your wallet with Aaron Lynn, first up to bat. So good to see you. And Aaron Lynn's a member of the channel. And everybody, welcome the Mountain Nomads. They just signed up as new members. So the Mountain Nomads, they signed up as new members. They're from Morocco. Hey Diego, this is Amias and Miranda. It was really nice reaching out to you yesterday. Thank you so much. And we will ask you more questions on Monday. No, that's why I'm here. See, now you guys have my cell number. You can text me. You can send me text messages, and you don't have to wait for a live stream for me to help you. Now, starting August and September 2025, okay, there's lots and lots of different changes now coming about for green card applications. Lots of changes. So I'm going to help you with that information. But don't panic. It's not bad, okay? It's not detrimental to your case. Dwayne Bickelman, we redid my wife's medical, but all that was necessary because of her being pregnant was a renewal I-693, because she can't get polio or any live vaccinations. And hopefully the civil surgeon was the person that told you that, right? The civil surgeon was the person that gave you that information. And the civil surgeon, and the civil surgeon did the 693 for you guys, which is good. So you're good. You're going to be perfectly fine. The Mountain Nomads, but Diego, we haven't submitted our green card yet, so hopefully it won't affect my green card. You got married, you came into the United States, was it May, June, July, August? So you want to try to get it done within the 90 days on your I-94. But if you can't get it done within the 90 days, I'm talking about applying for the green card, don't worry, but make sure you don't go past 6 months, because then that's a problem. Okay? But as long as you can get it done in the next month or so, you'll be perfectly fine. And I will help you. That's why I'm here. Chris and Emil, yes, the economy is on a strict estranged in USA. Everyone's staying home. Cost of living going up. How are we going to get this economy turned around to be booming hard in the United States? Well, we got a ding there. Somebody sent a text message. And let me see, who was the text message? It was from Jessica in, ¿Dónde vive Jessica? In Venezuela. Sent Karina a message. Yeah, the economy is going to be perfectly fine. Okay? Relax. Just relax. Our economy is going to be perfectly fine under a capitalist economy ran by Trump. Okay? Now, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I don't care what your politics are. But what I do care about is you getting your green card and your K1 visa approved. And I also care about our economy. Okay? We got to get our economy running, because a strong American economy means a global economy is strong also. Let me see here. Dwayne Beckelman, okay, yes, they did. That's right. Challenge Your Wallet with Aaron Lynn. The 693 is going to be in the first week of October. Okay, no problem. But you can't. Don't submit the green card application without the repeat medical exam and the recertification of the vaccinations. Very important. The Mountain Nomads, you are the best, Diego. You deserve much more than 10 BC. What is 10 BC? You are a true legend and a gift to everyone going through the immigration process. God bless you. Look, I don't want to see families separated, okay? I don't like to see that because I know what it's like. Now, Karina was in Colombia. Now, Karina's from Venezuela, but she relocated to Colombia for 6 years, and we dated each other for 3 years in Colombia. So thank goodness she was living in Colombia because I'm not able to go to Venezuela. But the good news is the State Department just doubled the bounty on Maduro, the president of Venezuela. The communist dictator, narco terrorist Maduro, the former taxi driver, has got a $50 million bounty on his head. So if you're watching us in Venezuela, and I know you are watching us in Venezuela, if you can arrest Maduro, you're going to get $50 million check from the U.S. government. Okay? Don't be scared. What are you scared of in Venezuela? Why are you scared of Maduro? Don't be scared of this guy. He's a freaking pinhead little communist that doesn't have much time left in the presidency of Venezuela. Okay? Just think if the U.S. Embassy could open up in Venezuela. Karina and I, in the future, we can go visit Venezuela and go for a vacation, go to the beach, go to the tallest waterfalls in the world, the Angel Falls, which are in Venezuela. You know, but you got a communist dictator running the show right now, but his days are numbered politically. $50 million is a lot of money. If you need $50 million, can you imagine what you could do with that in Venezuela? You could probably buy Caracas with that kind of money. Let me see. But the Mountain Nomads, we're going to get you through this process, okay? You're going to get your green card. We're going to help you. Remember, you cannot make any freaking mistakes on your green card applications now. One error, one mistake, and there's a good chance of a denial of your green card. So you cannot mess this paperwork up. You're listening to me, right? Pay attention, class. You cannot make any mistakes because mistakes are costing people their green cards. And then they got to file USCIS Form I-210B, and they're going to try to reopen the case, and then it's a big freaking headache. Challenge Your Wallet with Aaron Lynn. We just completed our medical, and very good. So I'll give you a pretend Mountain Dew salute. I had my annual physical. Every year I have a physical, right? And my doctor said, Diego, you are no longer permitted to drink any soft drinks, which is Mountain Dew, Coke, 7-Up. I mean, what's up with that? He said, I can't eat French fries anymore. Seriously, I can't. So I do a pretend Mountain Dew salutes, okay? Because I've been put on restriction on my diet by my doctor. So it is what it is. Don't get any old. You collect more birthdays, you get more stuff happens, right? Next month, Diego, for the Mountain Nomads. That's fine. You're good. Dwayne Bickelman, my wife's interview is September 10th at 8:15 in Philadelphia, which is in Pennsylvania, which is northeast of the United States, close to New York City. And we will take our updated 693 with us. It's sealed. So what we're going to do is we're going to give Dwayne Bickelman a MAGA pixie dust for that, and also for Aaron Lynn, and also for Chris and Emil, everybody. We want to get you through this process. Okay, Mountain Nomads. Let's see, Chris and Emil, nationwide, all the malls shuttering the doors for good. That's just the free market economy happening right there. Those malls will probably be turned into the malls that are closing. Who goes to the freaking mall to buy stuff? If I want something for the house, I go on Amazon.com, or we can run over to Walmart. So why would I need to drive 20 freaking miles to the mall to walk through the mall to pay something that's 3 times as expensive because it was bought in the mall. You know, I remember back in the 80s, that was the go-to place, right? There was no internet, right? You didn't have the internet. So you went to the mall, and everybody hung out at the mall. When I was stationed in the military in Sardinia on a little island called La Maddalena in the Mediterranean Sea, there was no internet. They didn't even have phones in half the homes. So everybody used to all the Italians used to meet up at the central plaza in the central part of the town and exchange information. I lived in Sardinia for 3 years. It was a very interesting place, but the weather sucked. It was always freaking cold. But now we have internet. Who needs a mall? I don't go to the mall. Seriously. If I want something, I get on Amazon, and it's right here in a couple of days. Save gas, save parking, save stress on the freeway, right? Wear and tear on the car. So that's true. Malls are shuttering the doors for good. I noticed all the businesses are boarding up for good to keep the idiots from tearing up the buildings. There's lots of idiots out there. Hopefully business will boom in the next 2 years. Don't count on the mall, Central Commercial. Don't count on the malls opening up anytime soon, if ever. They're more than likely they're going to be turned into low-cost housing. That's what's going to happen, in my opinion. Rooster just completed the biometrics in New Orleans. Well, that's a Mountain Dew salute in New Orleans on Graver Street, right? But to back up the Mountain Dew, Karina got me some water. So I got to pretend this is a Mountain Dew, okay? So it is what it is. So a Mountain Dew salute for Rooster. Got the biometrics done on. Now, did you go and show your wife around? Did you guys look around New Orleans? Did you go and do stuff? Did you make a weekend out of it? It rained hard the whole time you were there. Oh, well, that sucks. So then you probably didn't want to hang around too much longer, unless you had a big umbrella. Go walk up and down Bourbon Street. Go check out Jackson Square, where President Andrew Jackson. That's where they signed also the Louisiana Purchase. When the United States purchased Louisiana from the French, that was done in New Orleans in Jackson Square. It's a famous place, New Orleans. I want to take Karina there again. She liked it in New Orleans. Chris and Emil, 60s and 70s and 80s were booming in the malls. Yeah. I was in the mall in the 80s. Used to go to the mall in South Carolina when I was in Charleston, and the mall in Orlando, and the malls are going to be turning into low-cost housing, in my opinion. Aaron Lynn already have medical. Will be picking it up this week, and the sealed packet. Don't open it. Make sure you don't open that paperwork. And get a copy when you go. Listen, challenge your wallet with Aaron Lynn. When you go pick up that medical exam, ask the doctor or the administration there, the administrative assistant, for a complete copy of the medical exam, so you have a backup. Okay. Rooster, wife has online account, shows biometrics complete, also shows interview complete, but no interview yet. Well, that's okay, Rooster. You just wait out for the interview now. Don't worry, you're good. Rooster, we will continue to gather more documents just to be ready. Look, now right here, this right here, okay, I typed this up today. This is the cover letter for Karina's 10-year green card application. Okay, what's in Karina's 10-year green card application? What's in her application? Well, first there's going to be a check, right, to U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Then there's going to be USCIS Form G1145. So we get a text message when immigration received her 10-year green card package in Illinois. Then there's going to be Form I-751 with 2-color passport photos of Karina. What's the I-751? That's the paperwork we fill out to lift the conditions off of the 2-year green card. But I'm not going to fill out that paperwork until a week before we mail it to immigration, which is going to be March of 2026. There's going to be a certified copy of our marriage certificate, And if you have any divorce decrees, you got to provide certified copies of those, like death certificates, annulments, etc. There's going to be our joint tax returns of 2025 and 2026 in this 10-year green card package. There's a photocopy of Karina's 2-year green card, the front and the back. There's a photocopy of Karina's Venezuelan passport, the biographic page. There's a copy of my passport, my U.S. passport, the biographic page in color, nice and big so immigration can see it. If you are a naturalized American, make sure you include a copy of that in the paperwork. A copy of Karina's translated birth certificate from Venezuela, a copy of her 797 where her K-1 visa was approved, a copy of her military ID, my military ID, a copy of the title for the car, so both our names are on the car title, a copy of our driver's licenses together, proof of Karina's full health care insurance, property tax records showing that we're both joint owners of the house, and also, let me see what else. A copy of Karina's university transcripts from college when she graduated. She has a degree in tax accounting. A copy of Karina's enrollment into English as a second language. She's learning English in college. We got to prove it. Copies of our water, sewer, gas, sanitation bills, etc. for the last 2 years from when we apply. Let me see. Copies of miscellaneous mail sent to our house. Membership in BJ's Wholesale Club. A copy of Karina's 401k enrollment with her job. Let me see. A copy of Karina's first performance evaluation review from her first year at a job. They did a performance evaluation. She's perfect scores. Copies of opening our joint bank accounts together. So then we got bank statements for the last 2 years. Will be in there. Let me see here. Copies of our photos starting in August of 2021. So we got pictures of us from 2021 all the way through to March of 2026, etc. And that's just a cover letter for a 10-year green card. All right. This process never ends, guys, until you become a citizen. Chris and Emil, tariffs may take its place much higher on Amazon. It will help boost the city's economy. People are going to keep buying stuff, whether they buy it from the mall or whether they buy it from Amazon or Walmart or wherever they buy their, there's lots of different stores around. There's TJ Maxx, right? There's all different kinds of stores. People are going to buy clothes. So in order for the prices to remain low, companies have to manufacture goods in the United States and not overseas. The United States buys a lot of stuff from communist China and from communist Vietnam. Why do we do that? Why do we buy stuff from communist China? Because then they take the profits from what we spend and go buy missiles with it and point it at Taiwan, or point it at us. The communist Chinese are not very nice people in regards to the government, not the people, but the government. Larry Piercy, the new 5 o'clock show. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock. I've been doing this live stream for what, 3 years, 4 years? I don't know. It's always been at 6 o'clock. In Colombia, it was at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m., 6 p.m. So I'm bringing it back to 5 p.m. So anyway, it is what it is, right? People get hungry by 6 o'clock. They're going to go eat dinner or go get something to eat. Francois Livingston, good evening, Diego and Karina. Francois, what's going on? Now Hamid, who's from Morocco, had his scary K-1 visa interview at the United Arab Emirates U.S. Embassy over there, and now he has his green card, right? Congratulations to Francois and Hamid, because that was a long freaking haul to get that green card for Hamid. You had to go through a lot of hoops, and you had to, and you did it. You did it, Francois. Chris and Emil, I thought it was beer o'clock. Now, look, let me tell you I don't drink beer, okay? Karina doesn't drink beer. We don't drink beer. But it's the third most popular beverage in the world. Coffee, tea, and beer are the top three beverages that are drank by people in the world. Huh? No, it's beer. It's number three. Wine also is included. Now, if you live in England, if you're from the United Kingdom, you live in England, or you live in Wales or Scotland, children at age 5 are allowed to drink beer. The age limit, like in the United States, the cutoff is 21. When 21 or older, you can drink alcohol, right? In England, if you are in a private public house, you can bring your family in there, and you can give your child a half pint of bitter shandy if you want at 5 years old. That's the difference, okay, between the United States and the United Kingdom. Larry Piercy, what camera are you using, please? This is a Facecam Pro 2. They are very hard to get. I waited 3 months to get this camera because everybody and their mother-in-law wants this camera because it's so good. Okay, so I got rid of the old cameras down below here, where my jelly beans are, but I'm not allowed to eat jelly beans. The doctor said I can't eat sugar, and I'm like, what the heck? I can't eat sugar? That sucks, but it's all right, no problem. So I got this. It's a Facecam Pro 2. That's correct, and I recommend you contact the company. You can get them at Best Buy if they have them in stock. Okay, but Springwater is the company that produces them. These cameras are very hard to get. It took I was on a waiting list for 3 months to get this freaking camera. Okay. But it's very, very good. And I can see why there's a big waiting list to get it, because everybody's trying to get it. Who does YouTube anyway? And I'm using a Yeti microphone. Okay. So I basically upgraded to the 21st century with technology. And let me see. Adriano Serango Nunez. Hi, Diego and Karina. What happens if I took 6 months to file my I-485 petition? As long as you did it within 6 months, nothing. You just got to wait a long time for your freaking green card. The longer you wait, what you need to do, folks, is you get to America on your K-1 visa. You go get your social security number with your I-94. You get married. You get on joint bank accounts. You get on bills together, and you've got 90 days to put together a fantastic proof of cohabitation and commingling funds and a real relationship. That's the goal, to get it all done within 90 days. If it takes longer than 90 days, that's okay. But you don't want to go past 6 months. You don't want to do that. Going past 6 months is not good. Larry Piercy, what happened to Mountain Dew and you? I got Mountain Dew right here, but this is the doctor's Mountain Dew. Okay, every year I have a medical exam, just a routine physical, and my doctor said no more Mountain Dew, no more. He said no more soda pop, which is basically no more soft drinks with sugar in it, which includes orange juice in a plastic container. So Karina from Venezuela, she's not used to all this crap coming in plastic bottles. She's used to making fresh fruit, everything fresh. Go to the market. We were in Colombia. We go to the market, Éxito. What was the name? Jumbo. We go to Jumbo. Now, J, the letter J is not pronounced in Spanish, so it's umbo, but I call it Jumbo. Karina was used to making juices fresh. And then we come to America, and everything's in freaking plastic bottles on shelves in Walmart. She's like, what is this? I said, it's orange juice. It's orange juice. And now I'm not allowed to drink this stuff. So Karina's like, great, I don't like it either. So she's going to make orange juice with oranges. We got a machine yesterday that she can make orange juice with the real oranges. Maybe I'll grow orange trees in the backyard. Kristen Emil, it's $400 price range. What's $400? What, the camera? Yeah, it's about that. I think it's $375, $400, somewhere in there. Larry Piercy, any Square Rock equipment? What? I have no idea what Square Rock equipment is. Adriano Sarango Nunez, why is it not good to wait more than 6 months? What if somebody couldn't gather the money in time? Well, if somebody cannot gather the money in time, then that's a financial problem with immigration, and they may not be happy with that. When you sponsor somebody to come to America, you're supposed to be good with money. You're supposed to be all right with the money. You're not supposed to have financial problems. And if you do, you get a joint sponsor. Okay? So your question is, what if somebody couldn't gather the money in time? In 6 months, then if you don't get the green card in process within that time frame, and you tell immigration that I don't have the money to pay for the green card, they're going to say, well, then maybe they're going to look hard at your application again. So you don't want to say that, right? You want to get it done within 6 months, and you don't give a reason. Larry Piercy, that's Spanish laughter right there. That's correct. In Spain, it's in Colombia and Venezuela, it's correct. Chris and Emil, all types of cams. I can't remember how much this camera costs, but you plug it into your hard drive. You got to have a lot of memory to run this camera on your hard drive. So the first thing I had to do was buy a new freaking desktop computer, because my old desktop computer could not hold the memory of this camera. Okay, plus this microphone, plus the editing software I have on here. So I had to buy a new desktop first, with God knows how much memory I have on there, but there's a ton of memory on this computer. So then I uploaded the software for this camera, and the editing software has been on here forever, and here we are. I can make videos, I can do live streams, and you can ask questions, and I can help you with your K1 visa and your green card application. Listen, guys, if you are not quite there on the money to pay for the green card, it's no problem to get a joint sponsor, or go to the bank and get a signature loan and say, hey, I need to borrow $2,000 or whatever, and then do that and get the green card in process. But don't be sitting around waiting for money to pop in so you can pay for the green card, because immigration is going to give you a hard time if you do that. And Larry Piercy, Moggy says hi to Karina.
Hi, Moggy, how are you?
Chris and Emil went to the clinic. They say will be fixed on the billing part. Okay. I know you called me. Chris and Emil called me. Chris and Emil, members of this channel, he gave me a call and asked me a question about his medical payment for his wife's new green card. And I solved the problem for him over the phone. He didn't have to wait for a live stream. Right, Chris and Emil? You didn't have to wait for a live stream. You called me, was it a couple of days ago? And we fixed the problem. That's the reason for the membership. Yeah, there you go. The only reason that I created the membership was so you could get my phone number and my email address, so you can call me and text me with your immigration questions anytime you want. Right? During 7 days a week. I'm open 7. I'm retired I'm retired 3 times, okay? So I'm here for you guys. But the reason you have to pay $9.99 per month for the membership isn't because I want your money. It's because it's the only way that YouTube and I can see who's a member and who has my phone number and who has my email address. Because there's a lot of nefarious people out there who would love to take my phone number and hack into this channel, hack into my phone or Karina's phone. So the only way to protect the information was to create a membership. If I could guarantee, so I know who's got it. Right now we have 30 members, although I think one person just canceled, so we got 29 members. It's okay. If you're a member of this channel, it's $9.99 a month. If you sign up as a member, you get my phone number and my email address. If you get into an immigration emergency, like God's Power Thomas got into an immigration emergency, he didn't know what to do. He called me, and I helped fix it for him. Girl Dragon, hi Diego and Karina. It's been a minute. I always watch your updates, which help a lot. I hope you are good. We're good, Girl Dragon, and thanks for dropping by. We're good. We're great. It's August the 9th, 2025. August is, where's it going? Where's 2025? 2025 is going so fast, right? It's going by so quickly. In 8 months, Karina's going to apply for her 10-year green card. Every month, we keep collecting the evidence, the electric bill, the water bill, the trash bill. We keep collecting the evidence, and we're going to go on vacation in September. We'll keep the evidence of our vacation in September. We're going to go on a vacation in January of 2026. We're going to keep all that evidence of that vacation. That's going in her 10-year green card application. You know, in order to get a green card now, on a marriage green card, let's start from the very beginning. If you are dating somebody in a foreign country with an intent to marry that person, immigration is now looking for you dating that person for at least a year. They want to see at least 3 freaking trips to go see that person. I was 5 times in Colombia to visit Karina. We lived together for a long time. I was back and forth from Florida to Colombia. Immigration is wanting to see a long period of time of dating the person you are intending to marry and bring to America. They want to see an engagement party at least a year after you started dating the person. Now, you can listen to me and you can take heed to what I'm telling you. If you are new to the channel, I welcome you. Pay attention to what I'm telling you. But now, as of August of 2025, if you are getting ready to file a K-1 visa application, if you haven't filed taxes correctly, get your taxes fixed. If you haven't filed your taxes correctly, I'm talking about, you're on a payment plan, or you just didn't bother to file your taxes, which is against the freaking law. If you have any errors in your taxes, fix that stuff before you file for the K-1 visa. If you haven't been dating each other for at least a year, if you haven't met each other at least 3 times over the last 12 to 15 months, dating before you file the K-1 visa, good luck getting a green card. Starting August 2nd, 2025, USCIS has basically consolidated the entire process where it's the same at every immigration office across the United States. In the past, you could go to the immigration office in Miami. They'd be more liberal, more lenient. Oh, okay, you didn't do this correctly. Okay, no worries, we'll fix it. Or you could go to an immigration interview in Nashville, Tennessee, and they're more strict. Now it's the same across the whole country. No matter where you go for your immigration interview, or wherever you file for your K-1 visa or your green card or spousal visa, the process is going to be the same. Strict. If you haven't been dating for at least a year and you haven't made at least 2 or 3 trips to visit your beneficiary, if you don't have any evidence hardly of being in a relationship, you're not going to get a green card or a K-1 visa approval. It ain't happening. If you haven't filed taxes correctly, American citizen sponsor. Now, if you are retired and you are on disability and you are exempt from paying taxes, that's different. But if you decided I just want an extension on my taxes, need an extension. If you got screwed up taxes, don't file for your K-1 visa till you fix it. Because you're not going to get a green card with messed up taxes. When you get to America, when your fiance comes to America, you get married, you're going to file joint tax returns. If you do not file a joint tax return, you're not going to get a green card. I'm talking the 10-year green card. It may be hard to file a joint tax return for a 2-year green card application, but for the 10-year green card, you're not going to get it if you haven't filed at least 2 joint tax returns. Are you paying attention to what I'm saying? If you submit just a few pictures in your K-1 visa application, 5, 6 pictures, you ain't going to get a K-1 visa approval. Look, Girl Dragon, look at that. A super chat from Girl Dragon. I'll give you a glass of water salute because I've been relegated to water now. Well, thank you, Girl Dragon. And then you get the Mountain Dew pretend salute. Thank you for that. Let me see. So Gold Dragon, we're glad that we're helping you with this process. We're glad you like my. This is my Las Vegas, Nevada shirt. Karina bought me this in Las Vegas. Let's see. Larry Piercy. So it's solid Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 1700. Yeah, it's solid. It's been solid at 6 p.m. for the last 3 years, maybe 4 years. I'm just coming back an hour for 5 o'clock. Because at 6 o'clock, you guys are going to go cook your dinner, right? You're not sitting here. You can go get your dinner ready. Geraldine Villas, I'm so happy you are live. I was curious on how to sign up for a membership. Well, if you want to sign up as a member, you'll get access to the private videos, the members videos, which has my phone number and my email address in there. And you can join easily. There's click on the channel. It says membership. Click. I don't know how it works exactly, but it's easy to sign up as a member if you want to sign up. And then for $9.99 a month in 1 year, that's what, $120. In 1 year, I can get you through the entire process. Or if you only need my help for a month or 2 months, it depends on what help you need, right? It all depends on how much help you need. But it's way cheaper than paying an immigration attorney for $400 for a phone call, $5,000 to process a green card or a K-1 visa. It's a lot of money. So, and people were asking me for my phone number, and I said, well, I don't want to put it out publicly because people watching. There's a lot of, Venezuelan government officials that probably don't like me. Would love to get my phone number and give me a hard time. So I created so YouTube said, just create a membership. I said, that's what I did. We would welcome you, Geraldine Villas, as a member. We'd love to have you sign up. You can do it right here on the live stream if you want. Chris and Emma, welcome back. For the astronauts is back in the United States. Yes, been gone for 5 months. Made it back in the morning. That's great. Excellent. We're glad the astronauts are back. And time was going a lot. What was it? I think time runs a little slower in space. I think clocks run slower in space than they do on the Earth because of gravity, right? So they basically age slower than we were on Earth. Gold Dragon, again, thank you for that super chat. Much appreciated. Mark Lennon, hello everyone. Diego, I need your help. As I told you, I'm now in Germany. Senor is in Alemania. With my gorgeous fiance, very good. I completed the DS-160, very good. And received a letter from the consulate, but can't figure out how to schedule her interview, right? Is that what you're saying, Mark Lennon? Did you print the confirmation page? When you submitted the DS-160 to the U.S. consulate in Frankfurt, Germany, did you print copies of the confirmation page of the DS-160 for your gorgeous fiance? Number one. Did you do that? Because you have to do that. Because your fiance is going to need that confirmation page to enter the embassy and to also get her biometrics done with her passport. Now, you're asking me, how do you schedule the K-1 visa interview at the embassy in Germany? You go into U.S. Travel Docs. You're in Germany right now. Did the embassy send you an email, a packet 3, packet 4 email with instructions on how to schedule the visa interview? Because once you've submitted the DS-160, once you've submitted the DS-160, you have to pay the consular fee. You can use your credit card to do that. And then when you've paid the consular fee, you can do that from the instruction email you get from the Frankfurt consulate. The U.S. consulate in Frankfurt will explain to you how to do it. Mark Lennon, yes, I printed it to the PDF. We got to go to the press shop. The press shop to print it. Okay. Well, you need to print. You want to print 3 or 4 copies of that DS-160 confirmation page, because your fiance is going to need it for the visa interview, and she's going to need it for the biometrics with her passport. Okay. Go into ustraveldocs.gov. and you can click on there. Let me give you the backdoor entry into the embassy. Go into ustraveldocs.gov and look for, then click on the country Germany, and then click on Germany, and then that will then take you to the embassy where you can schedule the interview. Do you hear what I said? You understand what I'm saying? US Travel Docs. Traveldocs.gov. Go into ustraveldocs.gov, click on Germany, and then it will guide you through the process. Okay? It will take you to the U.S. consulate in Frankfurt, the embassy website, where you can schedule the interview. Let me see here. Francois Livingston. It's 6 p.m. in New York when you come on. So it's better for you, right, Francois? Is it better for you if I do the live stream at 5 o'clock? Because you're in Eastern time. So 5 o'clock here is 6 o'clock in New York State. And 5 o'clock here is 4 o'clock in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and 3 o'clock in Los Angeles, California. So I try to schedule the live streams where it's best for you guys. This is your channel, right? This is your channel. I want to make it easy for you to get the information. That's why I'm doing the live stream at 5 o'clock. Let me see. Make sure I don't. Ko, what's the process to remove conditions on the green card? Well, you got to fill out USCIS form I-751, and you got to submit the paperwork 90 days before the 2-year green card expires. It's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of evidence that you have to collect, and I have made a video on how to do it. So I cannot take up the whole live stream on explaining how to lift conditions off of a 2-year green card, but you got to do it within 90 days of the 2-year green card expiring. You got to pay $750 as of August 9th, 2025, and you got to fill out USCIS form I-751 and include all the evidence of your marriage and your 2 years together, living together, cohabitating, and commingling dinero. You just watch the videos I've made on how to do it. Francois Livingston, hello, Adriana. Sorango Nunez. Chris and Emil, yes, Larry, you saved money for Texas Roadhouse dinner. Larry Piercy, that's right. Girl Dragon, you're welcome. Small support to help out with Karina's healthy juices. So Girl Dragon, paga super chat para tu dinero para ti comprar jugo para procesar mi cocina. Karina understands. She's doing pretty good in her English. She's got signed up. Her English classes start in 3 days. In 3 days. In 3 days, she goes back to her English class. Let's see. Mark Lennon, I understand what you're saying, but I don't. But I went to the consulate in Germany and couldn't find anywhere to click for schedule an interview, and also couldn't find a list of doctors in Germany. Okay, well, it's hard. It's easy to find the list of doctors in Germany. Okay, and the U.S. consulate in Frankfurt, Germany, should send you an email with a link that you can click on, which will send you to U.S. Travel Docs, which takes you to Germany, which takes you to the U.S. consulate website in Germany to set up the K1 visa interview. So, Mark Lennon, if you were a member of this channel, you could text me because you'd have my phone number, and I could teach you how to schedule the interview in Germany. I could screenshot it to you and teach you how to do it, but I can't do it here because I'm in the live stream. And it's easy to find a list of civil surgeons in Germany that can perform green card medical exams. It's 12:30 in the morning in Germany. Well, thanks for staying up. Chris and Emil, my grandfather fought that war in Germany and the outskirts of the country. Yeah, Germany is our friend now. We think they're our friend, hopefully. I mean, we put tariffs on their on goods they import to the United States because they kept jacking up. I mean, I worked for Mercedes-Benz for almost 17 years, I think, 16 years. I worked for Mercedes-Benz and sold German cars, and which are fantastic cars. And the Mercedes, if they're built in the United States, they don't get hit with a tariff. There's no tax put on them. from the US government. But if you import a Mercedes from Germany now, there's a tariff going to be put on that car because Germany won't let us import American cars to Germany. How many Chevrolets do you see driving around the Autobahn in Germany? Probably none, right? Because they won't let us import cars there. So Trump said, okay, well, if we can't import American cars to Germany, you're going to pay a big freaking tax to import your cars to the United States. So if I was still working for Mercedes-Benz, no doubt the price of Mercedes that are not manufactured in the United States would be jacked up in price now. So what's the goal of Trump? Buy stuff made in America, right? And he doesn't want to stop foreign companies from doing business in the United States, but he's telling them, if you want to build cars in America, Japan, Germany, South Korea, then you need to open up a factory in the United States and hire Americans. Joe Natty, hi Diego and Karina, I filed for the work permit. That's what EAD is. And green card November of 2024. Got green card in hand June 2025. Never received my work permit. You don't need a freaking work permit if you have your green card. Listen, Joel, the work permit is a fill-in. The work permit is a temporary fill-in that you use to get a job while waiting for your green card. The green card, once you have the green card, you can work with a green card. You can live in the United States with a green card. You can go buy a nice short rifle. You can buy a rifle with a green card. You have all the rights of an American with a green card, except you can't vote in elections. That's it. The work permit's irrelevant. So what are you worried about? I have a green card in my hand. A month later, I got my work permit denied. Well, because you have your green card. So you got your green card first. So why do you need a work permit? So immigration's telling you, you have your green card. You don't need a work permit. So they blocked it because you don't need it. It's irrelevant. So Joel, you can go to bed tonight and put your head on the pillow and relax because it's no big deal. You didn't have a problem. It's not a problem. Now, it would be a problem if your green card was denied, but it wasn't, right? You have the green card in your hand. The work permit becomes irrelevant. Karina has a work permit, but it's a decoration in her wallet. It doesn't serve a purpose. It's irrelevant. You got it? Joel, tell me you got it. It's not a problem, Joel, that your work permit was denied because immigration's not going to issue you something that you don't need. That's why I'm telling folks, don't even waste your time. Don't waste your money on the work permit. Just file for the green card. Aquarius. Hey, Diego and Karina, I have an interview this week. Aquarius, drip some pixie dust for me. I'm going to text you with a question later. Okay, Aquarius, text me the question after the live stream. And we're going to put pixie dust. Now, this is the K1 Visa Green Card Super Lucky 2025 pixie dust. Okay? This is getting people through this process. And I look forward to the text later on, Aquarius. Send me a text. You got my phone number. You're a member of the channel. You have my phone number. Joel Nadia, I got it. Thank you, Diego. There you go. Joel, aren't you glad you're on this channel having a good hang out with us today on Saturday, August the 9th, 2025? So I have to ask Karina, what day is it? Because I don't even know. When I wake up, I don't care what day it is. As long as it's a Wednesday, a Monday, or a Saturday. That's when I do the live stream. If it's a Tuesday, I couldn't tell you it's Tuesday. I didn't even know what August 9th. The only reason I know it's August 9th because it's right here on the computer. I don't even have my watch on. I don't keep track of time. I kept track of time when I was in the Navy, when I was in the U.S. military. I had to keep track of my every second. Then I was working for Mercedes-Benz and BMW. I had to keep track of clients on my and what their appointments were coming in. Then I was in real estate, and then I had to keep track of appointments for freaking real estate when I was meeting with the broker. Now I don't do that anymore. The only thing I'm concerned with is 5 o'clock Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Francois Livingston to Aquarius. Aquarius is saying hello to Francois Livingston. Now, Aquarius, Francois Livingston and Hamid got his green card. He got his green card in his hand. Francois Livingston, nothing scary about it. Chris and Emma, we went to it and we were out in less than 20 minutes. There you go. Now, 2-year green card applications, it's mandatory for a freaking scary visa interview. Okay? It's mandatory. Everybody applying for a 2-year green card is going to go in front of an immigration officer. Okay? Folks applying for a 10-year green card, if you put together a freaking fantastic green card application for a 10-year green card, maybe you don't have to go in front of an immigration officer for another interview. But for the 2-year green card, you have to. And let me see. Kevin Cameron. Good evening, Diego and Karina. Kevin, what's going on? Where have you been hiding, Kevin? Come on, you're a member of this channel. You know you can text me and call me your questions, so you don't have to come out. You don't have to come on a live stream. But I like it when folks come out and hang out and ask me questions. And, you know, like Joel can now sleep restfully at night knowing that it's no big deal that his work permit was denied because it's an irrelevant document. If you have a green card in your hand, you don't need a work permit. The work permit is for people here temporarily to work. Okay? Karina is here permanently. This is her home. Florida. The United States is her home. She has a green card. She can live here and work permanently. And in 8 months, we're going to apply for a 10-year green card. And then when she gets her English skills up, U.S. citizenship. And we're going to still do it. We're going to continue doing the channel for you guys. All right? We're going to keep on going with the channel. We're not going to stop doing the channel. Karina's a U.S. citizen. We're not going to suddenly disappear. That ain't going to happen. There's some folks, there are some channels out there that, you know, there was one person I think was from, his fiance was from Thailand. He had a YouTube channel and he'd come on and do updates on his on his fiance's K1 visa, her K1 visa, blah, blah, blah. And then when she got to the United States, he did the channel. He ran the channel for about a year. He had quite a lot of followers too. And then as soon as his wife got to the United States and they got married, he dropped off the face of the earth. What happened to his channel? Where'd he go? And he put out some good information. But basically he's like, man, my wife, I got married. I don't need to do this anymore. Well, we haven't gone anywhere. We're still here and we're not going anywhere. And we're going to continue to help you get your green card and your K1 visas and your spousal visas. Now, remember, starting August 2nd, 2025, when you apply, if even in the past, let me see here, Kevin Cameron, should we apply for a work permit when filing for adjustment of status? Don't waste your money. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a waste of money. And then if you get your green card before your work permit gets put into the round file. It's a waste of time. Just apply for your green card and wait for it. But effective this month, when you submit an application for a K1 visa or a green card for adjustment of status, immigration's going to look at your tax history. Have you paid your taxes? Or have you got a reason why you haven't paid your taxes because you are on disability and tax exempt? They're going to look at your criminal history, Mr. American Citizen. They're going to look at how long were you dating each other? How long? We dated each other for 3 years. We weren't worried about anything. Back in 2021, 2022, 2023, we were dating. So if we were to apply for her green card right now, we wouldn't worry about it. If we had to go to a green card interview, we don't worry about it. Okay, let's go. It's in Montgomery, Alabama. But if you are right now fixing to apply for a K1 visa or a green card, 2-year green card, immigration is going to check your criminal history, your financial history. They might verify where you live. They might send somebody to your house and knock on the door to see Mr. American Citizen sponsor. Do you live here? If you are applying, if your wife is now in America and you've just applied for your green card, don't be surprised if somebody comes knocking on your door, checking to see where you are. Okay? Don't be surprised. If you haven't been dating somebody for at least a year, if you don't have at least 2 or 3 trips to see your fiance, and at least a year to a year and a half's worth of evidence, and an engagement party, evidence of an engagement party, evidence of a wedding plans. If you're going to go to a K1 visa interview, and we're talking here, Germany, for example, you best have some wedding plans in your hand. And how do you do what you're saying? Well, I can't get wedding plans because I don't know when I'm going to get the K1 visa. I don't know the date we're going to get married. Well, that's true. But you can contact a pastor or an imam or a judge or a clerk of the court. You can send emails to your synagogue, to your mosque, to your church, to the government building where you want to get married. You can send emails and say, hey, what's the process to get married? They'll email you back. This is the process. Say, okay, great. I'm in the middle of a K1 visa process with my fiance. I'm trying to get information on how to process a marriage certificate and get a marriage license, etc. They will email you back and forth. And then you can say, well, I don't have any plans yet for dates. I don't know the date or the month, but we're putting together wedding plans for when that happens. Those are wedding plans. You got to have this stuff now. And you can pay, if you're paying attention to class, we got 13 people are going to get this done right. Okay? You can't assume anymore. You cannot make any mistakes on paperwork. When you fill out the I-129F, you cannot make any freaking mistakes. When you fill out the 485, the 864, you cannot make any mistakes. 0 mistakes. When you fill out the 751 to lift the conditions off a 2-year green card, 0 mistakes. They're going to look for consistency in your date. Like we dated for 3 years. I'm back and forth on it. I got freaking airplane rides back and forth, Okay, I didn't mind. It's okay. It's good. I was almost late for the plane one day because of freaking connecting flights. But here's the thing. Immigration, when they reviewed our record, now when we apply for Karina's 10-year green card, you know what immigration's going to do? They're going to go back all the way back to 2021, 2022, 2023. They're going to review our entire immigration process from the very beginning to that day in 2026. They're going to go back 5 years. When you apply for your K1 visa application, Mr. American Citizen Sponsor, you better make darn sure right now that you don't have any hiccups in your criminal history, your taxes, your income, okay? Because immigration's going to be digging deep into your background. I'm talking seriously digging deep, like you're trying to get a top secret security clearance to go work at Area 51. That's how in depth they're going to go on your background, okay? So pixie dust for Aquarius, and let me see here. Kevin Cameron, it says, good evening, Diego and Karina. Kevin, welcome back on the channel. Don't waste your money, Kevin, on the work permit. Don't waste your money. Save the money. Use that $265. How much is it? Yeah, just save that. It's more money. Just save that money take your fiance out to dinner, or your wife now. Take her out somewhere. Take her to Texas Roadhouse for a nice big steak. Mark Lennon. Diego, when Karina gets her U.S. citizenship, does she have to surrender her Venezuelan citizenship? No. She can keep that if she wants to. You can be a dual citizen in the United States. You can be an American Venezuelan if you want. No, you don't have to renounce her Venezuelan citizenship. No. The United States doesn't make you do that. Chris and Emil, I'm assuming Larry Piercy bolted to Texas Roadhouse. He went quiet on the live stream. Yeah. No, and then Larry says, no, Chris, I'm here. And LOL from Chris. Larry Piercy, I was looking for the cam Diego cannot find it. This is a face cam. Where's the box? Right here, man. We'll put over. Busca aquí. Where is it? No. Is it right here? Do you have? I got the box right here, Larry. This is the box that came in. Elgato is the company that makes it. All right. Now, Elgato is not paying me to say this. This isn't a paid promotion, okay? But this is the camera that you're watching me on, okay? It's very good. It's very good. But they don't pay me to say that, okay? And I don't accept any companies. I don't let any companies jump on, send me emails. Hey, Diego, I'll give you $1,000 if you let me run a commercial on your, if you promote my product on your channel. We got, I don't know, 3,000, how many subscribers? 3,300 subscribers, something like that. But I won't do it. This channel is to help you get your K1 visa and your green card. It's not to help me sell a freaking camera. All right? Best Buy should have it. That's correct, but it's Elgato is the name of the company. Larry Piercy, thanks, Chris. I'm flying a UAV over your house right now. Rooster, ever since I got married, my diet has changed. I miss comfort food. I miss Colombian food. I mean, you know, I had an annual physical, and my doctor said, well, apparently, Diego, you're not eating Colombian food anymore because now you're not allowed, you are hereby no longer permitted to have any sugar. I'm like, well, great. Thanks so much. No Mountain Dew. Okay. But you know what? It's a blessing because I much prefer Karina's homemade orange juice than that stuff bought in a freaking plastic container at Walmart. Kevin Cameron, thank you, Diego. There you go. No worries, Kevin. Larry Piercy, I got it cornered. Elgato, yeah, look, yeah, that's the company right here. I'll show one more time. The camera I'm using right here is the Facecam Pro. Now, you're going to have to buy not just the camera, you need to buy the teleprompter also to install into the camera. This camera is currently installed inside of a teleprompter. So you got to get the teleprompter too. So it's the two things you got to buy, the teleprompter and the camera. Let me see. Francois Livingston, Diego, would you please mind repeating Mark Leonard's question about citizenship? Yeah, Karina doesn't have to give up her Venezuelan citizenship once she becomes a U.S. citizen. When Karina becomes a U.S. citizen, she's got two passports, American and Venezuelan. She doesn't have to renounce her citizenship. No, that's not how it works in America. Let me see here. So, Francois, did you hear what I said? You got it, right? Francois. Larry Piercy, I'm on it like a cheap suit. I stepped away for a second. Francois, Karina doesn't have to give up Venezuelan citizenship when she becomes a U.S. citizen, but she's going to get a U.S. passport. And I got no doubt in my mind that when Karina's Venezuelan passport expires, she doesn't really need to worry about renewing it. Because the closest place for Karina to renew her Venezuelan passport right now is in Mexico City, Mexico. Or in Colombia. She could renew it in Colombia. But Mexico City's closer. Let me see. Rooster, I think you are right, Larry. Mark Lennon, thanks for all your help. I was very frustrated today trying to schedule this appointment. Look, Mark, don't get frustrated, number one. This process is not easy at all. It's not. It's complicated as heck. But I try to make it simple. I try to decomplicate it so it's a little easier to understand. If you're going through this process without somebody helping you, I'm not talking an immigration attorney. I'm not an immigration attorney, but I've been doing this thing for 12 years, okay? I can do it in my sleep. I can put a green card package together. I can schedule a visa interview from my armchair on my cell phone, okay? But I can't do it right here on a live stream. But I'm not trying to get you to sign up as a member, Mark. You don't have to sign up as a member. But if you do, I can help you schedule the freaking interview in Germany. Much easier than I can right here on this live stream. Okay? But it's not hard to do. And I can even give you the civil surgeons in Germany for your fiance's medical exam. But I can't do it right this second. But I'm glad to help you. That's why we have the channel, right? Fazak, I thought you only drank Diet Mountain Dew. That's right. I only drank my Diet Mountain Dew. But I had a medical exam, my physical, every year, and my doctor said, Diego, you can't drink any drinks with sugar in it. I said, okay, so no more Coke, no Mountain Dew. He said, no. I said, well, what about Diet Mountain Dew? He said, you can't drink that either. Because diet drinks are just as bad as freaking drinks loaded up with sugar for my body. I mean, you may be fine. Y'all watching this may be perfectly good. If you can drink soda, fine. But I can't anymore. I've been banned, including the diet stuff. Larry Piercy, but you don't use the teleprompter, correct? No. When I do a live stream, I do a live stream. Everything that comes out of my mouth is information I've got collected up over the past 12 years, and I give it to you guys. So I don't use the teleprompter. But I use the teleprompter when I make videos now. Because when you make a video, okay, it's a little different than doing a live stream. I use it sometimes. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But when I've got this other channel, the J-Rod channel, the J-Rod file, this is my second YouTube channel. Okay, if I'm going to put together a video about I'm going to make a video how to go to the UFO crash site in Corona, New Mexico. I'll take Corona to Albuquerque. I'm going to make a video on how to get to the UFO crash site in Corona, New Mexico in 1947. Lots of people want to go to the crash site. They just don't know how to get there. So I'm going to make a video. So I'm going to use the teleprompter to make that video because of the information. Francois, I stepped away for a second. Larry Piercy, Rooster, it's easier to change to change wives than the diet. Larry, es muy fácil cambio esposa, no cambio comida. I translated that for Karina. And Karina like, yeah, right, Larry. Rooster, I think you are right, Larry. Mark Lennon, thanks for your help. Mark, to schedule the interview at the embassy in Germany is not difficult, okay? I can do it for you, but I can't do it here. Let me see. I don't use the teleprompter for live streams, but the camera is inserted inside a teleprompter. So it's like I'm in a TV studio now. You know, when you go into a TV studio, there's the cameras and then the teleprompters. That's what it looks like. But I don't use the teleprompter for a live stream. I don't need to. I got all the information up here. But when I make a video on how to get to the UFO crash site in Corona, New Mexico with GPS coordinates, and I've got camera footage and B-roll going down, I'm going north on I-25 and west on I-40 and down this road and down that road, I'm going to need a teleprompter in order to do a voiceover for that video. Larry Piercy, Rooster, I have done it 8 times. Fazak, oranges are expensive. I don't drink soft drinks. Oranges are expensive. That's true. Larry Piercy, got you. Diego. Larry Piercy, Joe Uganda. Do not tell her this. Karina kidding. Larry is like Trista. No. Karina understands you were joking, okay? All right, I've been talking for an hour and 8 minutes. Do you have any questions for me? I know the answer if you have a question. If you want me to set up help you with an appointment at the U.S. Embassy, the consulate in Frankfurt, Germany, I can do that. If you need help with how to do it, I can help you do it. If you want to join up as a member, you get my phone number and you can text me anytime you want. If you have an emergency, like God's Power Thomas is in the middle of an immigration emergency right now, and he called me, okay, and I explained to him the process to fix it on the phone, not waiting for a live stream. Okay, he's having issues. Like I said, if you don't fill out the paperwork correctly for your 2-year green card application, especially the 864, you are going to have a big freaking problem. Okay, there are immigration. Larry, are you using a wireless mic? No, I'm using this very high-tech mic right here. If I get closer, it probably sounds a little different. But I don't like sticking a microphone in my face. You watch these YouTubers on TV, on YouTube, and they got this big old freaking microphone sticking in their face. I mean, I don't see the point in doing that. So I just set it right there, and you can hear me, right? It's not a wireless microphone, no. It's connected to the hard drive. This computer setup is a Facecam Pro with a Yeti microphone and a Elgato teleprompter, and they're all connected into this hard drive, which has got a ton of memory on it. You cannot just use your freaking laptop to do this. You don't have enough memory, well, unless you do. You got to have a bunch of memory on your computer in order to have a setup like this. And then you got to have all the lights, okay? I didn't even put all the lights on. I mean, I could have Karina lit up like a Christmas tree. I got a telescope over here. I got to get that set up. I got the J-Rod files. That's my extraterrestrial YouTube channel, which I'm going to use the teleprompter for. But if you have any questions regarding K1 visas, I do the live stream, 5 o'clock now. Fazak, it does sound a lot different. So if I get the microphone close, it sounds different than when I said it. There we go. The closer the better the sound, I guess. And Chris and Emil, the doctor banned you from Arby's. No, the doctors banned me from eating white bread because it's sugar. I can go to Arby's and eat. They have their fantastic heroes, right? Arby's makes heroes, and Hardee's is also not banned from Hardee's. I can eat their big breakfast at Hardee's. So if you're concerned about sending us a Hardee's super chat, don't be, because I can still eat at Hardee's, and even if I couldn't, I'd still take Karina to her big breakfast. But you don't have to send a super chat. I'm just kidding. The doctor hasn't banned me from Hardee's or from Arby's, but he has banned me from eating white bread, drinking sodas, eating French fries, which sucks because I like French fries. Okay, guys, we're gonna go and do something. Go get something to eat. It's 6 o'clock. It's early for you. You can go get your lunch, make your dinner, etc. And I'll be back on Monday. Karina may be resting up on Monday. I'll be by myself Monday at 5 p.m. Central Time. If you have any questions, if you are a member of this channel, text me anytime. Call me anytime. If I don't pick up the phone, it's because I'm either in the yard doing stuff, or if it's 2 o'clock in the morning, send me a text first if you have an emergency. Just don't call me at 2 o'clock. I may not even hear the phone, but I'll hear a text. I don't know why that is, but I guess it is. Okay, we'll see you. Chris and Emil, I'm flying a drone to Texas Roadhouse in your area. That's a good idea. And we will see you I'll see you Monday.